Hello grade 4. Today we are going to continue. Lesson 2, part 2. It talks about the respiratory system. What are the organs of the respiratory system and what is the process of breathing? To know more about this, keep watching the video.
Hello grade 4. How are you today? Let's start with lesson 2 in unit 1. This lesson talks about respiratory system. Before we know what is the respiratory system, let's know some definition. So, what is the meaning of breathe? Breathe is a verb and it means to take in oxygen and give out carbon dioxide. When we breathe, we take in oxygen inside our lungs and we give out carbon dioxide out of our lungs. Nose. Nose. We smell with our nose and our nose is in the center of the face. This is in the center of the face. Diaphragm. 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 So what is the diaphragm? Can you see this? The diaphragm is a muscle under the lungs. Here we have two lungs, the left lung and the right lung, and the diaphragm is under the lungs. 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 We have two of these. They are inside the body. Of course, the lungs are inside our bodies. Pump. 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 Pump is a verb and it means to move quickly from one place to another, like our heart. Our heart pumps the blood around the body. So now, this is our respiratory system. As I said before, we have two lungs, right lung and left lung. We have heart. Our heart is between the two lungs and the diaphragm is a muscle under the lungs. So, we use our respiratory system when we breathe. We need oxygen in our bodies, and the symbol of the oxygen is O2. We breathe in air through our nose. So, we take in the oxygen inside our bodies. Now we breathe in air, the O2 or the oxygen now inside our lungs, and our diaphragm goes down. Can you see the diaphragm? When the oxygen goes inside our lungs, the diaphragm goes down. It pulls air into our lungs. It pulls air into our lungs. As we see, now the oxygen in our lungs and the diaphragm is down. In the lungs, what happened? The oxygen from the air goes into our blood. So, after we breathe or after we take in oxygen and the oxygen go to our lungs, what happens? The oxygen go into our blood. So now our blood contains oxygen. Our heart pumps this blood around our body. Our heart pumps this blood around our body. So, the blood now contains oxygen and it's all around our bodies. Then, the diaphragm goes up. The diaphragm goes up. It pushes the air with carbon dioxide out of our lungs. So now, the air with carbon dioxide is out our lungs or is out our bodies, like this. So we breathe out, we breathe out. So this was the process of breathing. we take in oxygen into our lungs, and this air with oxygen goes into our blood. Our heart pumps this blood around our body, and then we breathe out carbon dioxide. Now let's conjugate these verbs. As I said before, we have regular verbs. We just add d, ed, or ied to the end of the verb. Here we have the verb use will be used, pull, pulled, push, pushed, breathe, breathed, and exercise, exercised. These are regular verbs. And this is an important question: how we can have a healthy respiratory system, how we can keep our respiratory system healthy. Number one, we have to exercise, and practice exercising or sports. Number two, we have to drink plenty of water. We have to drink plenty of water to keep our body healthy. So in this lesson, we know what is the respiratory system, how we breathe or what is the process of breathing, and how to keep our respiratory system healthy. Now let's move to some question about the respiratory system. Question number one. What are these? What are these two? We have two lungs. The heart space the blood in our body. What does the heart do? What does the heart do? The heart pumps. When the diaphragm goes down, it spaces air into our lungs. When this diaphragm goes down, what happens to the air? It pulls. We breathe out. We breathe out what? What we give out our body? Carbon dioxide or oxygen? Of course, carbon dioxide. We use our space system when we breathe. What is this system name? It's our respiratory system. The space is a muscle under the lungs. What is the name of this muscle? It's the diaphragm. It's the diaphragm. Okay, now we finish our question. I hope you can answer this question too.